Hello and welcome back to another Doctor Who FA commentary. Today I will be continuing to look at Series 4, this time the mid-series finale, which is A Countdown to Death. So let's get right into it.
Doctor, we have a problem. They're all you.
So we start with a nice big previously that recaps the whole of the last episode. I always like doing previously trailers. I don't really know why, but it's nice to just sort of sum up everything.
Sabotaging your previous incarnations.
Yeah? Well, I'm gonna come and find you. And then I'm gonna stop you.
You know what happens next.
I'm going to die.
Doctor Who.
I'd say I've got about 2 hours before I'm dead.
I don't know if you can tell, but the Series 8 soundtrack came out around the time of this episode being released, so there's a lot of Series 8 music in this episode.
Doctor, you can't fight him on your own. Why not? I feel fine. Plus, still got an hour and 55 left. Might as well use it wisely. Oh, and that involves abandoning us. Clara, if the two of you are there with me, he'll just see you as collateral damage. He won't hesitate to kill you. Or Jack. As many times as he likes. As many times as he likes? What are you? Immortal? Right.
That line from Clara about Jack being immortal and then the sort of awkward look from Jack and the Doctor, that was only put in because I realised that in the previous episode I hadn't explained to Clara who Jack actually was. So she didn't know anything, but obviously the Doctor and Jack have history, so I felt the need to include at least a line. But Jack's gone now anyway, so I don't know why I brought Jack back, because he's in half of the last episode and he's gone before the titles in this one.
Now it's my turn, I suppose. Afraid so. Oh, come on, Doctor. Please, just let me come with you. I'm sorry, Clara. My decision is final. You're going home. But I fought so much with you. Daleks, Cybermen, Zygons, Silurians? Yes, Clara, I know. But this is different. The Master's strong. Stronger than me this time. You saw what he was like.
It's a really nice piece of music though, this one. It's called I Need to Know. And I love this bit coming up now.
Kill me. Here you go. Goodbye, Clara. But Doctor, This is not a debate, Clara. This is me giving an order. That's how it works. I tell you to do something.
I've never really thought about it until now, but obviously this is the episode where this version of the 11th Doctor regenerates for me.
See you again.
And this is the last scene between him and Clara.
I'm sorry. Bye then.
I sort of wish I'd done it on better terms now, really, because it is quite abrupt, but it's the last time she gets to see him. More Series 8 soundtrack coming in. The coordinates for Gallifrey on the scanner there.
We're going home.
This plot about going back to Gallifrey is actually stolen from the previous series I did, Series N, because that's what happens in the finale of that one. It also would later happen in this year that this episode came out in Hellbent. So I did it twice within a year before Hellbent did it. Yeah. A Countdown to Death. Gallifrey is now just a place made of cardboard with 1 or 2 computers and 1 Time Lord. Budget cuts.
Isn't dead then? No. Which is why I need you to help me find him as soon as possible. Or who knows what he's going to do.
At last, I have managed to kill him. Now it is just a matter of hours before he will be dead. Then I can finally rule the cosmos.
We seem to be getting some sort of life signal.
Some more Series 8. I think most of the soundtrack in this episode, probably about 80% of it, is just Series 8.
Trying. Hang on. Come on. You're not getting away this time, Master. I've got it. He's on a planet called Earth. No! Doctor, you must find him and stop him. That is a planet that has seen far too much damage from him. I know. I'll be back. Doctor, what is wrong? Didn't I mention? The Master shot me. I tried to get out of the way, but I didn't succeed. I've got about, hour left? Well, just regenerate. I can't.
It's a nice use of the Series 4 Doctor's theme here. I think that fits quite nicely, and it builds up with what happens in the scene now, and comes to a sort of end as the scene does, which I think it works quite nicely, to be honest.
But I guess that's not going to happen anymore. Doctor, you have saved so many lives and so many planets. I think you deserve this. Oh, thanks. I do not mean death. I mean this.
Regeneration effects aren't brilliant, but for the time, I'm not going to hold it against myself because I was working with what I had, the skills I had back then. I'm happy enough with it. Obviously, I wouldn't do it like that now. But that's what these commentaries are all about. Looking back and seeing what I did back then. Whether I like it. Would I do it now? Do I not like it? Do I hate it? Would I burn the episodes? Now this piece of music that goes over to the regeneration,
This feels different.
I
New set of regeneration.
created that myself using two different tracks. It's Melody Pond and my husband's... No, not my husband's home.
People who travelled with me.
Oh, what's it called? The one from The Big Bang.
Rory,
Honey, I'm Home. That's it, Honey, I'm Home.
John.
And then there's a bit of I Am the Doctor at the end.
Oh, Clara.
It works alright. It's not brilliant either. That was me just trying something that didn't really come to much. Oh, there's a bit of Madman in the Box there as well.
Geronimo.
And you don't actually get to see the regeneration. So, that's 2 regenerations I've made now, after Series 5, where you don't actually see the Doctor change. The new Doctor just pops up in this one, rather than any sort of transition. And there is a reason for it. There is. And you'll see what the reason is now. The reason is because we only had the 3.75-inch figures at the time of Capaldi's Doctor. The 5-inch figures wouldn't be released until
Sorry I'm late.
later in this year.
What do you think?
So I had to change down to the 3.75-inch scale, which I didn't want to do, and I only do for this episode and the Christmas episode. By the time we get to the Casualty story, we're back to 5-inch because 12 Clara and 12 TARDIS had been released in the 5-inch scale.
But I can still kill you, Doctor. I could kill you.
Obviously now we get a lot of a good man because it's 12's theme.
But you're not going to.
And why is that?
Because you know that right now, I'm stronger than ever.
So,
My 12 impression isn't as good back then.
You won't, Master.
It's not terrible. For 15-year-old me, that's not too bad, I suppose.
Oh,
But hey.
just listen to yourself.
Sometimes I wish I'd done more with the 12th Doctor because he only actually gets a series and a half. Whereas the 11th Doctor got 4 series.
Wrong.
Well, 4.5 actually, because Series N as well.
We will
So,
Doctor, soon.
But years-wise, the 11th Doctor was in my FA from 2012 to 15, whereas Capaldi was in my FA from 2015 to 2019. So Capaldi was longer, but just has fewer episodes. But his episodes are longer, so it may balance out to roughly the same.
Hello, Clara. Who are you? It's me, Clara. It's the Doctor. But you said you couldn't change. I went back to Gallifrey. Got a whole new set of regenerations. It's actually you, isn't it? It's actually me, Clara.
I did,
Doctor?
I don't know what you call it, sort of like an epilogue minisode set after this, which sort of copied essentially the last couple of minutes of Deep Breath, where she gets a phone call from the 11th Doctor. I called it Afterward. I do like that as a minisode, but I'm not fond of it now because I just copied the end of Deep Breath. But it's a decent enough minisode. There's no reason really why Clara shouldn't like the new Doctor though in my FA, so it doesn't quite work. But I mean, it's harmless enough. It doesn't need to be watched to experience the whole series. That's not an actual episode. I changed the title between June and Christmas. The actual episode is called The Calm Before the Storm because because the actual episode itself is there's the calm and then there's the Ice Warriors, and it also is the calm before the storm because it's the episode before Clara dies. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this commentary, and I will see you in the next one, which will be the Doctor Who at Casualty 2016 Omnibus Edition.